Hey folks, Chuck Holton here, and we are in
the Mount of Blessing.
The Mount of Blessing, Ha Yovel. And I'm here with Josh Waller. Josh, tell me about Ha Yovel. Tell me about what,
Sure.
Let's walk this way while we're doing that. And you tell me about what this is all about. Come on,
we
Peyton.
got started about 20 years ago, coming right up on 20 years, where we were asked to come out. I'm from Tennessee originally. As you can tell, I'm not really from around here. We were
now hang on a second.
Serve.
Hang on.
Yep.
First, we got to introduce everybody to Peyton.
Yep, Texas.
Peyton's here from Amarillo, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Right? And she never smiles.
Oh no,
but
no. Least favorite thing.
But you're a volunteer here.
Yes, sir.
And how long you been here?
I've been here since June.
Since June. And nobody's proposed yet.
No, sir.
We need to work on some of these guys and get their nerve up. They're trying to get their nerve up, probably. So you help out with administrative stuff?
Yes, sir. Kind of in a few different areas with customer relations, cooking, plans, articles, all sorts of different things.
She's fantastic, folks.
Thank
She is really
you.
something. So we're glad to have you here. Thank you.
Thank
Nice to meet you. I just wanted to introduce you on camera. Okay. All right. So you've been here for 20 years. Thank you, Peyton.
Been here for about 20 years now. My dad came back, 2004, when we were first asked to come and be a part. We had a farm back in Tennessee, and when we were invited to come here to help the farmers here, we sold the farm there. You know, we wanted to help the Jewish people. When we said, hey, this is the gifts and talents we have in farming, and we wanted to bring that gift to the Jewish people. We love the Jewish people. And when we were offered to come and be a part of helping them, we said, hands down, we're going to come and serve and bless them. So to date, we've helped about 130, 140 farmers in this area over the last 20 years. And any one of those farmers could call us at any moment. That's right.
There's your
That's
sign
us right there.
Yeah,
they can call us at any moment.
I like the symbol you got
Isn't that
there.
great?
It's
all the
Pioneer
farm tools on there.
Yeah, that's real good.
So we bring about 300 or 400 volunteers every year to help serve the farms here.
Okay, and right over here, this direction, back in the background there, we've got some we got a Jewish settlement there, right?
That's right, Jewish community of the Mount of Blessing community.
Mount of Blessing.
Yep.
And
that's our host. That's who invited us to come.
So they invited you.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, so as Christians, this is the only base of operations in all of Judea and Samaria, West Bank, right? I hate that West Bank thing because the Bible doesn't mention it at all. So that's why you always hear me say Judea and Samaria. And both of those are in the Bible.
It's also in the eastern part of
Israel.
Israel, so it's very confusing. They call it the West Bank.
And there's no bank. We're on a mountain range.
Right.
I don't know. The Arab narrative to try to steal the identity of this location was a real harsh thing for Bible believers, for the location. So this is where we're.
So did you plant all of these vineyards over here?
Yes, sir. Almost everything you can see, our volunteers planted.
You've got acres and acres and acres of vineyards.
Well, it's all volunteers, so we're partnering with the farmers again. But there's over 500 acres of vineyards just around the Samaria region. Wow. Not even including what's already down south into the Judean region.
Wow.
There's over, it's got to be pushing close to 2 million bottles of liquid prophecy, as I like to call it, off of these mountains. The prophets talked about it. They said that the mountains would drip with sweet wines. They said that the mountains would shoot forth their branches because the people of Israel are coming home. Hey, that's what's happening. They said you will yet plant vines on the mountains of Samaria, Jeremiah says. And we feel like we're just a little piece of that.
So you're bringing volunteers out here. Yeah. And they're working the fields, helping the local farmers and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
But you also have another gig going on in here that I wanted to talk about.
Sure.
It's called the Israel Guys.
That's right.
A lot of my viewers keep telling me I need to come see the Israel Guys. What they didn't know is that I was already here.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why is after about 15 years of serving in the, here's one of the Israel guys right here.
Guys right here.
Josiah.
Yeah.
Right in there.
Hey, Josiah, how's it going?
Well, there you go.
Show us your studio, man.
Come on in.
All right.
After about 15 years of working in the fields, we said, hey, if there's one thing they're getting wrong, it's the narrative is so awful to Israel. Everybody says lies constantly about this. So that's when this office started. This is our team that's actually getting it done. Fighting that narrative war that's going on.
Who's doing the show today?
Record now.
You're about to record the show right now.
Live.
Tell me what you're talking about today. Oh wait, we're gonna have to give him your
Jump over
mic.
there. Jump over here on this mic. There you go. I'll just pass it to you. Does that work?
This is
hold it.
There you go.
There we go.
Just hang on to
Yeah.
it. That's fine.
Yeah, so today, because of the whole weekend, it's been the weekend with the whole hostage release stuff. That's what we're going to be covering today, talking about all that, laying out what happened with the hostage release. That so far, there's been 3 batches that have been released. Hoping to have another one released this evening. There's now reports that maybe that'll be delayed again, but...
Well, we've talked about that a bunch the government has talked about the fact that Hamas is going to engage in psychological terror with this hostage release. That's part of their objective, right? What do you think is their other objective with drawing this out as long as possible?
The other objective is for Hamas to be able to rebuild as much as they can, to rearm themselves. Obviously, they're asking for a lot of humanitarian aid into Gaza. The main thing they're asking for is fuel, which is not going to civilians, for all their electricity in the tunnels and all that kind of stuff is what they're trying to get in there. So the longer Hamas can push off the ceasefire and extend the ceasefire, the better they're going to be able to defend themselves from Israel when Israel gets back to it.
It's amazing what kind of humanitarian aid could be brought in to supposedly be human. But if you look at these rockets, look, I just saw this on the table. These are made from. This is a piece of a rocket that went off in a greenhouse that we helped to. We were down working on a farm that this shrapnel destroyed. A greenhouse down a farm we're working on. So we were
and what's it made from?
But these pipes, these water pipes that go into Gaza, they actually take those water pipes and they use for water. No, absolutely not. They build rockets out of the humanitarian aid that's going in.
Because those water pipes were paid for by the EU.
Yeah, of course, and they send them down there, and then they just they're this is a factory now, and so that humanitarian aid is going into these kind of things to shoot into Israel rockets.
Man,
so
you imagine
is that
how
humanitarian aid?
Imagine how that would tear you up.
Oh man, the
if
greenhouse
that was going 3,000 feet per
Greenhouse,
second.
the
greenhouse
metal
was
poles
shredded.
just had these
I'm
massive
sure.
holes
shredded.
And I've learned since I've been here that when the alarm goes off and you take cover, you don't get up after you hear the explosion, because then you got to wait for all the shrapnel to come raining down before you get up. You get up after the explosion, you might get hit by the shrapnel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's a little bit of what we do.
But do you think, I feel like Hamas, it's a measure of the fact that Hamas is desperate, that they're willing to give up these hostages.
Oh, yeah.
So many of them, because these hostages are super valuable to Hamas as bargaining tools. And they're spending a lot of their capital right now because they must be on the ropes. Does it feel like that? Do you talk?
Yeah, I definitely feel, and also I feel like Hamas is they're playing games. Like they're not only desperate to get this ceasefire, because obviously Hamas was desperate and Israel was also desperate to get hostages back, which is not necessarily a good show for Israel, but it is what it is.
And everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Right.
But Hamas, you can obviously tell they're playing games because of what happened on Saturday night. They said, Israel's not fulfilling their part of the agreement. We're going to delay. And then Israel came back with a very strong message. Hey, if you don't release the hostages, we're going to attack at midnight. And it worked. They said, okay, we'll keep going with the agreement. So
that's crazy.
It shows you really how everything works around here and how Israel needs to respond. Especially not just in Arab culture, but especially a terrorist organization. You have to show your hand is stronger than their hand, and you're going to dictate.
They follow the strong horse. That's
I think the biggest thing is we're just at the beginning.
Right.
Israel will defeat it. But what the rest of the world actually is going to have to join in, because Hamas is everywhere. These terror entities are all connected into each other. You've got 22 terror networks just around us right here. They're all interconnected with each other, all from the big.
Well, they've arrested more than 2,000 people just in the West Bank since October 7th. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Well,
people.
you got a huge the population here. Definitely, they support. If you walked around town here, you wouldn't find anybody that would say what happened on October 7th was bad. This is all a part of their plan to annihilate the Jewish presence of Israel, not just Judea and Samaria. The two-state is not something that Arabs even know about, by the way.
Right.
Hamas
They only know one
Hamas
state
is
with
more
a
popular than they have ever been in these areas right now.
Wow, really?
Because of what has happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is crazy. It doesn't make sense to our Western mindset. But
All the Westerners are saying, "Hey, this is Hamas doesn't represent everybody." Well, it's actually, after the attacks, the most gruesome will take the lead on the politics. That's the Arab world. So Hamas now, because they're the most, who's gonna win the elections? The one that hates Jews the most, that commits the most terror attacks. They're the ones that will win the public
Right.
Wow.
Because to the
public-
average civilian, it looks like this
Yeah.
is the party that's actually doing something. This is
Yeah.
they believe
Right.
in something, and they're actually putting what they believe in. And they're doing something.
Always
about it.
follow the strong horse.
That's
So,
right.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
Arab culture
That's it.
for you.
That's it.
Yep,
For
yep.
sure.
Well, thank you guys. I wanted to
you
show
betcha.
everybody that I actually did come here and see the guys from
Look, you got it before it was even went out on the show. You
Yeah.
got the prop before it ever went out. So just
I got
know.
a nice collection of that
You got a
stuff.
lot of this, I bet.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, from all over the world. Well, thank you very much, and God bless you.
Yep.
Let you guys get back to work.
All right.
We'll see you later.